Hit me! Welcome to the Stave Off Podcast, a part of the Senior Rehab Project. The Stave Off Podcast gives you the information you need to stave off illness and injuries, letting you live a happy life. And now your hosts, Nick and Christina.
Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of the Stave Off Podcast. My name is Nick Previtt, and I'm here with my co-host, Christina Nowak.
Who also happens to be his business partner and his fiancée, even though he didn't admit it right at the very beginning.
I figured it would come out soon.
It would come out very soon. So we wanted to do some quick introductions of who we are and why we started the podcast. So I'm going to go first. As I said, my name's Christina. I'm a registered physiotherapist. I graduated with my master's in 2013. And when I graduated, I decided that I wanted to work in a variety of settings just to get all of the experience that I could to really know where I wanted to work. And so I started in a private clinic as a very traditional model of physiotherapy. And then the second place that I started part-time was working as a physiotherapist in a gym, in a CrossFit gym actually. And so I had a huge interest in using exercise as rehabilitation. And so when I was in the gym, that was a lot of the things that I did, especially with a lot of my clients who were in their 50s, 60s, or older. And it was because I really did believe that exercise was medicine and that our bodies need to be strong enough to handle what we're asking them to do. And so seeing the huge benefit that some of my clients had, I decided to go back in 2015, a little bit maybe to Nick's dismay, to do my PhD. And I went back to McMaster, and my PhD is around using strength training and exercise to prevent disability and illness and to stay healthy as we get older. When I was doing all this learning for my PhD, I saw that we had so much information about what it meant to age well and stay healthy that we wanted to transfer that into a business model and to share that with the world. And so we decided that we were going to start our own clinic, which is Stave Off. And Nick will tell you a little bit more about that. He was really involved in the construction process. But I'm going to stop talking. He tells me that I talk a little bit too much. And I'm going to let him introduce himself.
The talking never stops. It'll come back in a second.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
So my name's Nick. I graduated from York University in kinesiology in 2015. Prior to that, probably in the early start of 2014, I started managing a CrossFit gym.
That's how we met.
Being a former college athlete, I really thought I wanted to work with other athletes. And I thought CrossFit was the perfect spot for that until I actually started working with athletes. It's not as rewarding when someone, say, deadlifts 5 pounds heavier than they ever have, versus when someone tells you when they're 63 that she fell down and could get up for the first time ever. So that really was eye-opening to me in really showing me what I really did want to work with and who I wanted to work with, most importantly. So like Christina said, that's led to our clinic here, Stave Off. We opened in August of 2016. We were looking for locations in November of 2015.
Yep.
Found it kind of the beginning of December, of 2015.
December-ish, yeah.
And then I started construction in April.
Yeah, it was just after Easter.
Yeah, April of 2016. And finished in August.
Yep.
And now we're here, and it looks great. I may have skimped on some spots, but
that's a whole other conversation. And so the reasoning behind the podcast was that as we started developing our clientele and getting to talk with some of the people in our community, we started getting common questions coming up around certain things in medicine, in exercise, in nutrition. And we thought that a podcast would be a really great way for us to talk directly to you about what's important. You know, we talk to doctors all the time, and doctors talk to doctors, and doctors talk to physios, and we talk a lot about all the stuff that we kind of take for granted from our education, and we don't necessarily do the greatest job of educating the people in our community who need that information most. And so the idea behind this podcast is to really give you the education and give you the tools in your toolbox that you need to live healthy at any age.
Yeah, we found that the information out there it was very vague. It was very sporadic.
Yep, and you can't read in your car. So a podcast is a great way of trying to, kill two birds with one stone, even though please pay attention if you were driving.
So that's really why we started the podcast. We just found that there wasn't enough information getting to you guys who really needed it. There's a lot of, like Christina said, physicians talking to other physicians about some of the strength training principles and things around helping people age in place. But nothing was really getting to you guys. And that's really who it needs to be going to, in all honesty.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And so if you guys have any suggestions of topics that you want us to cover, we have a ton of things that we want to talk about. And Nick's going to make sure that I stay on task and I don't talk too much because I do have the tendency to do that. But we hope that you guys follow along and that you find the information really helpful.
So I think we're going to be putting out a podcast every Tuesday?
Yeah, either Monday or Tuesday. We're going to do once a week. And we'll just try, the first couple of episodes, we'll try and give you a couple to start off with so you know what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be up to. But other than that, I hope you guys find it interesting. Please subscribe if you are interested in following along. And we hope that we can hear from you guys soon.
Please download. And if anyone does listen to this, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much.
And if you want to learn a little bit more about us in the meantime, you can check out the website at STAVEOFF.ca. All right, until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Hit me. Thank you for listening to the Stave Off Podcast. Go to STAVEOFF.ca to check out the show notes and more helpful content and how you can lead a long and happy life.